going on, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. Real Talk Boxing back at you again, man. I'm putting in work today, man. Putting in work. It's 9:30. Actually past my bedtime. I'm old. Don't laugh. I'm an old cat. I'm in the bed by 9 usually, but, you know, I'm still looking up on boxing news, and I saw something that piqued my interest. So if it piques my interest, I got to talk about it, right? Errol Spence says he is going to tune up Danny Garcia. Errol Spence is already looking in fighting shape for his title defense against Danny Garcia this year. This fight still doesn't have a date. Spence versus Garcia is being targeted for September, but we'll need to see. Garcia still needs to lose a lot of weight, and he may not be able to get in shape before September. Man, boy, he been eating. Spence looks light years ahead of the chubby Garcia. I hadn't seen Garcia. Is he that fat? He looking like me, huh? In terms of his conditions right now, Garcia has put on a lot of weight during the lockdown. Me too. And he's got a ways to go for him to burn off all of the fat he has put on. Well, they dogging him. There are a lot of question marks, about Spence's physical state following his car crash on October 10th. And I keep in Dallas, Texas. It's like 3 hours away from me, right up the road. And I keep forgetting about that car crash, and we're going to talk about that. We won't know if Spence is the same guy until he gets into the ring with Danny Garcia and shows that he can still take a punch and fight at the same level as before. Man, I like this fight. I don't think Danny Garcia is going to win this fight, but it depends. Like I said, you know, I keep forgetting about the really, really bad car crash that Errol Spence was in October down there in Dallas. So, I mean, I seen a video with him the other day. Got a six-pack going. He looks like he's close to weight, if not on weight. But we haven't really seen him doing much sparring. We haven't seen him doing much of anything. Now, if you saw that car crash and you saw the vehicle he was in, Errol Spence should have been dead. It wasn't his time to go. He had some guardian angels around him that night, and more than likely he was drunk because, you know, I've seen Errol Spence drunk. You know what I'm saying? At fights before. Hopefully he's changed that. I remember him getting in the ring and calling out, I think it was Sean Porter that night. He called out Sean Porter. I believe he was drunk. But hopefully he's slowed down on that and got a grip on that and getting all that stuff out of his life. He's a grown man. He can drink if he wants, but you can't drink and drive, man. You putting yourself in danger along with everybody else's life who's on the road. So that car crash could have had a significant amount of damage on him that he's not showing or not telling or keeping under, sweeping it under the rug, but we don't know. Just hearing him talk, he sounds the same. He's always been a guy that's been really, really laid back. He almost has a look about him like he's high all the time, even though he's not. He's so like calm and relaxed. And that's always been the same. It's the same now, before, after the car crash. So we really don't know which you know, Errol Spence we're going to get. Now, Danny been eating. Apparently, I hadn't seen Danny Garcia. But it's easy to put on weight. But when you're a professional fighter and you know you're possibly going to have fights pop up on you at any given time, you don't know what time, you should always, if you're a professional athlete, you should always be ready so you won't have to get ready. That's an old saying. So shame on Danny for that. Shame on you, homeboy. Shame on your camp. Shame on everybody who allowed you to put on all this weight. I haven't seen him. I don't know how much weight he's put on, but that's not a good look. So as far as my view on the fight, I believe Danny Garcia is too flat-footed to beat Errol Spence. I believe Danny Garcia doesn't throw enough punches to beat Errol Spence. Errol Spence is going to have to move. I definitely wouldn't stand it directly in front of Danny Garcia for a certain amount of time because he has that left hook, dangerous left hook, but he sets it up the same every single time. When he really wants to crank down on the left hook, all you have to do is watch him. He throws a right hook to the body, and then he comes up top with the left hook. But his head's actually down when he throws the left hook. So it's a body shot, and then he comes over the top with the left hook. His head's down, but he's been knocking so many people out with it that he don't have to look, obviously, to know where that chin is. So, and it's very dangerous. But you watch it. He starts out right hook to the body, and he brings it over the top with the left hook. So that right there is easy to counter. That right there is easy to get away from. But you just can't get caught. You can't give him that a certain amount of distance. You either have to be in too close to smother it or away far enough so he can't hit you with it. I've seen him knock fighters out with, other than his left hook. But, Danny's he's too flat-footed, I believe. If Errol Spence comes into the fight and fights him like he fights Danny like he fought Mikey Garcia, he'll win the fight easy. I believe Spence would really need to box, use the ring, use his ring generalship, use his jab, and come in and out at angles and circle him. And if he gets him hurt, he still has to be very, very cautious. Danny has a chin. I remember when he fought, dang, what's my dude's name? Matisse. When he fought him, man, Matisse hit him with a punch that just knocked his mouthpiece right out of his mouth and into the crowd. And Danny just swallowed it and looked at him and just kept coming. So Danny has a granite chin. He's a really tough guy, but he's not fully fundamental. He doesn't have a complete arsenal, so to speak. I think Errol has more in his arsenal than he shows. I believe he can move his head a lot more. He just doesn't. And apparently you're gonna have to one of these days. He puts his guard up a lot and just comes forward, but I don't think he'll be able to do that with Danny. He don't want to give Danny a stationary shot to land that big left hook. I do give Danny a chance. I just think Errol Spence is gonna beat him. Like always, it's professional boxing. Anything can happen. And plus, we really don't know the condition physically that Errol Spence is in. I haven't seen him sparring or anything like that. So we don't know the condition he's in. And, if Chubby Boy Garcia don't lose the weight, we might not even see the fight. I don't know. I don't know how big the dude has got. Has anybody seen Danny Garcia lately? Is he that fat? But I believe I believe it'll go 12 rounds. I believe it'll be an exciting fight. Spots here and there. But if Errol Spence is physically okay, like he was before the crash, I see him winning the fight. But we really can't say because we don't know what physical state he's in. That's my take on the fight, man. You guys let me know what you think. I mean, these guys have fought similar fighters before. I mean, they both fought Sean Porter. Sean Porter beat Danny Garcia. It was a close fight. Could have went either way in my book. And same thing with Errol Spence. Porter, it was a very close fight. If it wasn't for that knockdown, Spence probably would have lost. So, I mean, I'm going to say it's a 40-60 fight in my book. But that's if Errol Spence is physically, prime and not damaged from that car crash. Leave your comments below and let me know what you think. Give me your opinion. You know what I'm saying? As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Thank you for your time and your support. Real Talk Boxing. This old fat guy is going to bed. Holla at you.